Okay, regarding Bronsted theory of acid and base, we are having certain advantages of this theory over the Arrhenius theory. So what are the advantages? We'll see one by one. First of all, this theory, it explains the basic character of sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, NH3 like this. Because these compounds may or may not contain OH or H, till the basic character of the compounds can be well explained by Bronsted theory. NH3 can accept a proton and can be converted into NH4 plus. So if we write this reaction NH3 plus H plus, it forms what is called ammonium ion. So in this reaction, according to Bronsted theory, ammonia accepts a proton and therefore this can be called as a base, and NH4 plus is called as its conjugate acid. So the first advantage of this theory is it explains well the basic character of many compounds. The examples are sodium carbonate and ammonia. This is the first advantage. The second point is, in Bronsted theory, we have come across such type of ions like HCO3 minus. This HCO3 minus can accept a proton and can be converted into H2CO3, as well as this HCO3 minus can donate a proton and gets converted into carbonate ion like this. So what is the important point of this theory? Your species may be a molecular species like NH3, like Na2CO3, or your species may be like ions NH4 plus, HCO3 minus, or CO3 minus 2. The theory explains acidic and basic character of molecules as well as some of the ions. This is the second advantage of Bronsted theory. And third advantage is, this theory explains the acid-base reactions in non-aqueous solvents also. In Arrhenius theory, limitation was there. The theory cannot be explained without aqueous medium, or unless and until water is present over there, we cannot explain acid-base reactions in Arrhenius theory. But in Bronsted theory, we can explain the acid-base reactions even though water is not present there. So these are some of the advantages of Bronsted theory of acid and base. Now, in spite of these advantages, there are certain shortcomings or drawbacks. The first thing is, we are having some acidic oxides like CO2, SO2, SO3, and we are having some basic oxides like calcium oxide, beryllium oxide, or magnesium oxide like this. So these acidic oxides react with basic oxides, but this theory cannot explain the reactions between such type of acidic oxides and basic oxides. For example, if you take one basic oxide as a calcium oxide from this list, plus an acidic oxide from this list, for example sulfur trioxide, there is formation of salt, that is calcium sulfate. This reaction cannot be explained on the basis of Bronsted theory. Who is working as an acid and who is working as a base, it cannot be clarified by using Bronsted theory. So this is one of the drawbacks of Bronsted theory. काही ऑक्साइड्स आपल्याकडे ॲसिडिक ऑक्साइड्स आहेत. कार्बन डायऑक्साईड, सल्फर डायऑक्साईड, सल्फर ट्रायऑक्साईड हे ॲसिडिक ऑक्साइड्स आहेत. आणि बेसिक ऑक्साइड्समध्ये कॅल्शियम ऑक्साईड, बेरियम ऑक्साईड, मॅग्नेशियम ऑक्साईड हे बेसिक ऑक्साइड्स. ज्या वेळेला एखाद्या ॲसिडिक ऑक्साईडमध्ये आणि बेसिक ऑक्साईडमध्ये रिॲक्शन होते तेव्हा तिथे सॉल्ट तयार होते. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, आपण बेसिक ऑक्साईडमधलं कॅल्शियम ऑक्साईड घेतलं आणि ॲसिडिक ऑक्साईडमधलं सल्फर ट्रायऑक्साईड घेतलं तर दोघांमध्ये रिॲक्शन होऊन आपल्याला कॅल्शियम सल्फेट हा सॉल्ट मिळतोय. पण ही थेरी या रिॲक्शनमध्ये ॲसिड कोण असेल आणि बेस कोण असेल हे पॉईंट्स क्लिअर करत नाही. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द drawbacks of this theory. And the second point is, we are having some compounds like AlCl3 is there, like boron trifluoride is there, aluminum trichloride is there. These compounds are known as good acids even though they do not contain a proton. या मॉलिक्युलर फॉर्म्युलांमध्ये प्रोटॉन कुठेच नाही आहे, पण तरीसुद्धा हे ॲसिड म्हणून एक्झाम्पल्स आपल्याकडे येतात किंवा आहेत. मग वाय दिस ॲल्युमिनियम ट्रायक्लोराइड इज अन ॲसिड और बोरॉन ट्रायफ्लोराइड इज अ ॲसिड. these acidic characters cannot be explained by Bronsted theory, and therefore similar to some advantages, we are having some drawbacks also in Bronsted theory of acid and base. So this covers the second theory of acid base, that is called Bronsted theory of acid and base. Now if there are certain limitations, then the point is how to explain the basic character of NH3 or acidic character of BF3 or acidic character of AlCl3 or basic character of Na2CO3. The third and final theory, that is Lewis theory of acid and base, given by scientist Lewis. Now he explains acidic and basic character on the basis of a typical type of bond that is called by the name as coordination bond, or also called by another name as a dative bond. Also called by another name as a dative bond. Lewis theory explains acid and base on the basis of a new type of bond that is called coordination bond or dative bond. Now how to explain this? Let us take one example. A is one compound and B is another compound with a lone pair of electrons. That lone pair of electron is shown by putting two dots with the symbol. Now this lone pair of electron can be shared with this A atom, and there is formation of a bond between these two. So a bond is formed with B. The required pair of electron is contributed by this B atom, and A atom is involved in bond formation without contribution of any electron, and that's why arrow is pointing from donor atom to acceptor atom like this, from B to A, and this type of bond is called by the name as a coordinate bond or a dative bond. Coordinate bond or a dative bond. Now there is a difference between our normal covalent bond and this coordinate bond. Coordinate bond is a special type of covalent bond. Covalent bond चा एक सब टाइप किंवा एक वेगळं टाइप म्हणू आपण, की ज्या बॉन्डमध्ये लागणारी इलेक्ट्रॉन पेअर ही कुठल्या तरी एकाच ॲटमनी कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट केली आणि दुसऱ्या ॲटमनी पार्टिसिपेशन केलं विदाऊट कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. असा बॉन्ड जर तयार होत असेल तर हा बॉन्ड कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड किंवा डेटिव्ह बॉन्ड या नावाने ओळखला जातो. मग या कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्डवरती आपण ॲसिड बेस कसं डिफाईन करणार, तर any species, now this is A, this species may be a molecule or it may be ion. The condition is it must accept lone pair of electron. It must accept lone pair of electron. So according to Lewis theory, acid is any species, particularly we come across some molecules or some ions that accept a lone pair of electron, it is acid. Now what is base? B is base in this case. Again it may be a molecule or it may be an ion that donate a lone pair of electron. Molecule or ion that donate a lone pair of electron, it will be called as a base according to Lewis theory of acid and base. So the point is clear. This theory explains acid and base on the basis of a typical type of bond that is called coordinate bond, one thing. The species that accepts lone pair of electron will be called as acid. The one which donate a lone pair of electron will be called as a base, and the bond formed between them will be called as a dative bond. Okay, this is the definition of third type of theory. Now we come to know some certain points की एखादा स्पेसिस जर ॲसिड म्हणून वर्क करायचं असेल, इफ एनी स्पेसिस acts as an acid, what should be the condition for that? It must contain some empty space in its orbitals, valence orbitals of course. It must contain certain empty space in its valence orbitals. Why for? Because it has to accommodate an electron pair from the base, and to where the electrons are kept in the atom, the electrons are kept in the orbitals, particularly in the valence orbitals, if any electrons are taken. So it must contain certain empty space to accommodate the orbitals taken from the base. This is the condition for the acid. And now on this is very important point. On this, how many number of coordinate bonds will be formed? It depends upon this empty space. एखादं स्पेसिस किती कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड तयार करू शकतं, किती लोन पेअर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स घेऊ शकतं, हे त्या ॲटममधल्या व्हॅलन्स शेलमध्ये असलेल्या एम्प्टी ऑर्बिटल्सवरती डिपेंडंट आहे. जर एकच पेअर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन पुरती जागा असेल त्या व्हॅलन्स ऑर्बिटलमध्ये, तर तो मॉलिक्यूल किंवा आयन एकच लोन पेअर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन घेईल आणि एकच कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड तिथे तयार होईल. सो दिस पॉइंट इज इम्पॉर्टंट की हाऊ मच एम्प्टी स्पेस इज अवेलेबल इन द वॅलन्स ऑर्बिटल ऑफ द acid to accommodate that lone pair of electrons, and depending on that how many number of bonds will be formed is decided from that empty space. And in case of base also there is one condition. There must be a presence of at least one lone pair of electron, at least one lone pair of electron. Base जवळ कमीत कमी एक तरी लोन पेअर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन असली पाहिजे की जी कुठल्याही बॉन्डमध्ये पार्टिसिपेट झालेली नाही. कोणत्या पेअरला आपण लोन पेअर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन म्हणतो की ती व्हॅलन्स शेलमधल्या ऑर्बिटलमध्ये आहे आणि कुठल्याही बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशनमध्ये जर वापरलेली नसेल तर इट इज अवेलेबल फॉर फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ए बॉन्ड, आणि अशा पेअरला लोन पेअर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन म्हणून आपण सांगू शकतो. अँड देअरफॉर व्हॉट इज द इम्पॉर्टंट कंडिशन फॉर द बेस? That base must contain at least one lone pair of electron in its valence shell. Okay, so these are the definitions of acid and base. A species that accept a lone pair of electron is called acid. A species that donate a lone pair of electron is called base. The acid must contain empty space in its valence orbital to accommodate the electron pair. Base must contain at least one lone pair of electron in its orbital for donation. Now the point is clear to all of us. Let us try to see some examples of this acid and base according to Lewis theory. If we write this reaction H plus NH3 minus, sorry, NH3 with one lone pair of electron like this, can it be possible to form a coordinate bond between these two? If a bond is formed, then definitely one will work as an acid and one will work as a base. So let us try to see what happens over here. H plus electronless hydrogen atom means it's proton. And the electronic configuration of hydrogen with atomic number 1, we write it as 1s1. It contains one s orbital in its first shell, and that s orbital is having capacity to accept 2 electrons or to keep 2 electrons in it. This hydrogen has donated this electron and it is converted into H plus, means here the electronic configuration is 1s0 now for this proton. And how many electrons can be accommodated in s orbital? We know 2 electrons can be accommodated. So the capacity of this proton is to take up or to accommodate one lone pair of electron from any base, and therefore this H plus, it will always form one coordinate bond with Lewis base. One coordinate bond with Lewis base. Therefore, I have told you already कि empty orbitals will decide how many number of coordinate bonds will be formed by the Lewis acid. So that point is important. Here availability of space for 2 electrons, and therefore if 2 electrons are taken, one coordinate bond will be formed. So this will work as an acid due to lack of electrons, and here one lone pair of electron is present on nitrogen of ammonia. So this will work as a Lewis base. This electron pair will be shared between this proton and nitrogen, and we write H, this nitrogen, electron pair is shared by nitrogen with hydrogen, so arrow pointing from N to H, and these 3 hydrogen atoms as it is H, H and H like this, and the positive charge of proton is shifted over this complex cation. It is nothing but NH4 plus ion. We call it as ammonium ion. We call it as ammonium ion. Now sometimes they may ask you a question like this: this ammonium ion NH4 plus, being a cation, will combine with any anion like Cl minus, and there will be formation of NH4Cl, that is ammonium chloride. The type of bonds present in NH4Cl are, the type of bonds present in NH4Cl are, the options may be like coordinate and covalent, coordinate and ionic, ionic and covalent, ionic, covalent and coordinate, like this we have to identify. So this diagram will clearly explain you how many types of bonds are present in NH4Cl. Go in the reverse direction, split that NH4Cl into its ions NH4 plus and Cl. So these 2 ions are held together by ionic bond or electrovalent bond between them. So first type of bond we come to know, that is ionic bond. Now come towards this. Here these 3 are covalent bonds formed by sharing of electron between N and H, and this type of bond is nothing but a dative bond just seen by Lewis theory of acid and base. So all the 3 types of bonds are present in NH4Cl. Ionic is also present, covalent bonds are also present, and a coordinate bond is also present. So this is one example of acid base theory. H plus is acid having empty space to accommodate the electron pair. NH3 is a base because nitrogen contains at least one lone pair of electron over it, and therefore that lone pair of electron is donated to H plus. So it donate electron pair, therefore Lewis base. Proton accept that lone pair of electron, therefore Lewis acid, and there is a formation of a coordinate bond between N of NH3 and this proton, and this bond will be nothing but coordinate bond. This is the first example. Now H plus ion combines with water molecule also to form what is called hydronium ion. Again similar to this, H plus will be an acid. Availability of 2 lone pair of electrons on oxygen, so it is Lewis base. One of the electron pairs will be shared with hydrogen with H plus ion, and we'll write the formula like this: H, O, H, H, and the positive charge of proton is shifted over the complex cation. This is H3O plus, called by the name as hydronium ion. Called by the name as hydronium ion. So similar to that example, we can explain this example also. One of the lone pair of electrons from oxygen shared with H plus to form a coordinate bond. H plus is acid, water is base, there is formation of a coordinate bond, that is hydronium ion formation is taking place there. So with the help of these two examples, we'll come to know very well how to identify that Lewis acid and how to identify that Lewis base. Now, very important point. आपण पूर्ण जर अभ्यास पाहिला या थेरीचा, तर असे कोणते कोणते आपल्याला स्पेसिस सापडतात की जे ॲसिड म्हणून काम करतील किंवा ॲसिड म्हणून ॲक्ट करतील, आणि कोणते स्पेसिस असे सापडतील की जे बेस म्हणून काम करतील. ॲसिड्समध्ये लोन पेअर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन घ्यायची आहे आणि घेणारे स्पेसिस खूप असतात. सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा आपण आत्ता पाहिलेलं प्रोटॉन इज ऑलवेज an example of Lewis acid. First example. The examples earlier, H plus plus NH3 gives NH4 plus and H plus plus H2O gives H3O plus. These two examples well explain that proton is working as an Lewis acid. It accepts lone pair of electron, and therefore proton is the first example of what is called Lewis acid. The second example now, some molecules are there in which the central atom having incomplete octet. AlCl3 is there, BF3 is there, ferric chloride is there. So these are all examples of molecules where the central atom, अभी AlCl3 में सेंट्रल एटम कौन सा है? Al is the central atom in AlCl3. Boron is the central atom in BF3, and Fe is the central atom in FeCl3. So how many electrons are present in the central atom of these molecules? That can be calculated by the number of covalent bonds. In AlCl3, 3 AlCl bonds are there. 3s are 2 is 6. So this aluminium is having 6 electrons in its valence shell. This B is having again 6 electrons in its valence shell, and iron is also having 6 electrons in its valence shell. So the valence shell contain less than 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन. स्टेबिलिटी के लिए जो 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स वैलेंस शेल में होना चाहिए वो यहाँ पर नहीं है. They are less than 8, and therefore these are the examples of incomplete octet. These are the examples of incomplete octet. So what is their normal tendency? The normal tendency will be to accept one electron pair from any Lewis base and make their electrons 6 plus 2 equal to 8, 6 plus 2 equal to 8, and 6 plus 2 equal to 8. So all these molecules will have a normal tendency to accept 2 electrons and to complete their octet. So BF3, boron, trifluoride, 3 covalent bonds, plus ammonia with lone pair of electron. अभी आप easily समझ सकते हो who is working as an acid in this example. Definitely this molecule with incomplete octet. So this electron pair will be taken up by boron of BF3, and there will be formation of an addition product like this. Arrow pointing from nitrogen of ammonia to B of BF3, and addition product or adduct is formed. Many times it is also called as an adduct. So here this BF3 accepts a lone pair of electrons, so acid. NH3 donates a lone pair of electron, therefore this is base, and there is formation of this type of coordinate bond. This type of coordinate bond. So such molecules in which the central atom contains less than 8 electrons in its valence shell, that is incomplete octet, they are the best examples of Lewis acids. So example number 2 is central atom molecules having central atom with incomplete octet. First example is proton. Now let us try to see the third example of Lewis acids. Some simple cations. Simple cations. Particularly, these are the cations of transition metals. Can expand their octet beyond 8. Silver cation Ag+. तयार होताना Ag+ कसा तयार झाला तर एकच इलेक्ट्रॉन देऊन Ag, इट गिव्स Ag+ इन गॅसियस स्टेट, Ag+ प्लस 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन. हे सिल्वर केटायन तयार होण्याचं रिॲक्शन. एकच इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेट केला की सिल्वरचा केटायन तयार झाला, पण हा केटायन आता घेताना जास्त इलेक्ट्रॉन घेतो. इट रिॲक्ट्स विथ 2 molecules ऑफ अमोनिया. काय तयार होईल? देर विल बी फॉर्मेशन ऑफ like this, one ammonia from one side sharing its electron pair with silver, so arrow from N to silver. Second molecule of ammonia, the nitrogen is sharing its 1 electron with silver, arrow from N to Ag, and the plus charge of Ag is shifted over the complex cation, and we write the formula like this. So this is diamine, this is diamine silver complex cation, diamine silver complex cation. So what is the meaning of this? कि all simple cations can accept one or more lone pair of electrons and they can form complex cations like this. Once again, Ag+ ion is formed by donation of 1 electron, but whenever it takes electrons, it can take more than 2. Here it is taking 4 electrons in all. So why this is possible? Because this silver cation is having lot of empty space in its valence shell, lot of empty space in its valence shell to accommodate the electrons, and therefore such type of diamine silver complex cation can be formed by the simple cations or by the cations like this. So this is the third example that works or gives us an example of Lewis acid. Central atom having empty d orbitals. Molecules in which central atom having empty d orbital. Silicon tetrafluoride is one example. SnCl4 is another example. Phosphorus trifluoride is also another example. Now, central atoms of this silicon, atomic number is 14. If you write the configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p2. Third shell is there, but in that third shell, d orbital is empty. The last configuration of this is 3s2, 3p2, and 3d0. We have to write like this. What is the meaning? Meaning is third shell is present, Some electrons are also present there, but the d orbital is empty or vacant. So such type of molecules or species can behave as a Lewis acid. This SiF4, if it combined with two fluoride ions, F minus, one F minus having one lone pair of electron, second F minus having one lone pair of electron pair in spare to share with the silicon, there is formation of SiF6, that is silicon hexafluoride. Now what has happened, because of the availability of empty d orbital, silicon can accommodate electrons from other species. So fluoride ion is working as a base or is an example of base, and SiF4 is an example of acid. Between these two there is formation of a coordinate bond, and silicon hexafluoride molecule can be formed like this. So this is the fourth example of Lewis acid. So one is proton, second is central atom having incomplete octets, third is some simple cations, the example explained with silver plus. The fourth is central atom having empty d orbital. Examples are SiF4, SnCl4, like this. The next example of Lewis acid, molecules with atoms. Molecules with atoms having different electronegativities. A little bit difficult in all the examples, but very simple. See now, there are certain molecules. In that molecules we are having atoms, but that atoms are having different electronegativities. Carbon dioxide is an example. Oxygen, double bond carbon, double bond oxygen. Now in CO2, the electronegativity difference between carbon and oxygen is there. Both are not having same electronegativity. So these such type of molecules, they are good examples of Lewis acids. Whenever it react with a Lewis base like OH minus ion, this pi bond of carbon oxygen shifted towards one of the oxygen atoms. It develops negative charge, it develops positive charge. So a species is formed from this carbon dioxide like this. Oxygen minus the pi bonded electron pair shifted towards oxygen, so develops a negative charge. Double bond is converted into single bond like carbon. As the electron pair is shifted towards oxygen, carbon develops positive charge. This double bond oxygen as it is, double bond oxygen as it is, and now this OH minus will share its electron pair with this positively charged carbon, and there is formation of oxygen minus single bond carbon, double bond oxygen, single bond OH like this, and this is nothing but it is our HCO3 minus, that is called bicarbonate, that is called bicarbonate ion, that is called bicarbonate ion. So all these are the examples of Lewis acid. So once again in short we will repeat the points. There are in all 5 different species that can behave as Lewis acid. The first species, that is called proton, deficient of electrons, no electrons except one electron pair. The molecules in which central atom contain less than 8 electrons, that is with incomplete octet, can complete their octet by taking electrons from Lewis base. Examples are aluminium trichloride, boron trifluoride, and ferric chloride. The third example was simple cations like Ag plus, Zn plus 2. So these cations can accept lone pair of electrons and work as or behave as a Lewis acid. The example explained was silver cation forming diamine silver complex cation. The fourth type of Lewis acid, central atom having empty d orbitals, SiF4, SnCl4, PF3 like this. All these are having vacant d orbital and therefore they can take electrons from Lewis base and form a coordinate bond. Molecules with atoms having different electronegativities. जर एखादा मॉलिक्यूल असा असेल की त्या मॉलिक्यूलमध्ये असलेल्या ॲटमची इलेक्ट्रोनिगेटिव्हिटी वेगळी वेगळी आहे, दॅट इज अ हेट्रोॲटॉमिक मॉलिक्यूल. कार्बन डायऑक्साइड, ऑक्सिजन इज मोर इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव्ह, कार्बन इज लेस इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव्ह compared to oxygen. So pi bonded electron pair shifted towards oxygen developing negative charge and it results in formation of such type of species. Oxygen with negative charge, carbon with positive charge, and this Lewis base will share its electron pair with this carbon and will form a bicarbonate ion having formula HCO3 minus. So these are all examples of Lewis acids. Now which molecules or ions can work as Lewis base? They are the electron pair donors, and donors are very few in number naturally. So one example is neutral molecules. One example is neutral molecules, but they should contain at least one lone pair of electron. Nitrogen from ammonia, neutral molecule, but having at least one lone pair of electron, it is present over nitrogen. So this is an example of base. Water, oxygen having two lone pair of electrons in this neutral molecule with at least one lone pair of electron. Dash NH2, amino group. Nitrogen having lone pair of electron. Double dash NH, till the lone pair of electron is present on nitrogen. Triple dash N, till the lone pair of electron is present on nitrogen. R dash OH, alcohol, oxygen with lone pair of electrons. So all these are the examples of neutral molecules. But these neutral molecules contain at least one lone pair of electron on their atom. Nitrogen lone pair, oxygen lone pair, nitrogen lone pair, nitrogen lone pair, nitrogen lone pair, oxygen lone pair. So all these molecules are ready to donate the electron pair and therefore Lewis base. Negatively charged species, negatively charged species. What are the examples? Cn minus, Cl minus, OH minus, like this. So any species having negatively charged species is always having electron pair in pair with it. It is electron rich species. In our organic concept we call it as a nucleophile. So this lone pair of electron from this and from this can be made available for formation of a coordinate bond with some Lewis acid, and therefore the second example of base is all negatively charged species. Cyanide ion is there, all halide ions we can say X minus, instead of Cl minus you can also say X minus, that is Cl minus, Br minus, F minus, I minus. And one more example is hydroxyl ion. So all these are the examples of Lewis acid. Dear friends, with this all the acid base theories have been completed. We have seen three types of acids and bases. The first one was Arrhenius theory. The second was Bronsted theory, and this is the third theory, that is called Lewis theory of acid and base. What are the examples of Lewis acid and what are the examples of Lewis base are explained with the help of these examples.